Born to be Rich. Written and published by Audiobooks. From the moment you entered this world, you were designed for prosperity, not poverty. This fundamental truth has been obscured by generations of conditioning that have taught us to accept struggle as a normal part of life. But look closely at nature itself. Does a flower struggle to bloom? Does a river struggle to flow? Does the sun struggle to shine? No. These natural phenomena unfold effortlessly, following their intrinsic design. Lesson 1. You were not meant to struggle. You too were created with an intrinsic design for abundance. Your very DNA carries the coding for success, prosperity, and wealth. When you examine the human body, you'll find it's a masterpiece of abundance. Your lungs don't ration air. Your heart doesn't conserve beats, and your cells don't hesitate to multiply. Every biological system within you operates from a principle of abundance rather than scarcity. The struggle you may be experiencing with money isn't your natural state. It's learned behavior. Think back to when you were a child. Did you worry about money before adults taught you to? Did you question your worth before society imposed its limitations? Did you doubt your abilities before others introduced the concept of failure? Your original state was one of infinite possibility and natural abundance. This programming of struggle began subtly, perhaps with phrases like money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that, or rich people are greedy. These messages, repeated over time, created neural pathways in your brain that associated money with difficulty, scarcity, and moral judgment. But just as these pathways were created, they can be rewired. Your brain's neuroplasticity means you can consciously choose new associations with wealth and abundance. Consider the evidence throughout history. In every era, there have been people who refused to accept the struggle narrative. They emerged from poverty to create vast wealth, transformed industries, and built lasting legacies. What separated them wasn't superior intelligence or exceptional circumstances. It was their absolute rejection of the struggle mindset. They understood, either consciously or unconsciously, that they were born for something greater. Your current financial situation is not a reflection of your potential. It's merely a reflection of your past programming. When you examine your beliefs about money, you'll likely find they're not even your own. They're inherited views, borrowed perspectives, and adopted limitations. The good news is that none of these are hardwired into your being. They're simply stories you've been telling yourself, and stories can be rewritten. The universe operates on principles of expansion and abundance. Look at the countless stars in the galaxy, the grains of sand on every beach, the endless particles of life in every cubic inch of soil. Scarcity is a human construct, not a universal truth. When you align yourself with the natural law of abundance, you begin to experience life as it was meant to be lived, full of opportunity, growth, and prosperity. Starting today, notice how often you accept struggle as normal. Pay attention to the language you use around money and success. Listen to the internal dialogue that runs through your mind when you think about wealth. These observations are the first step in dismantling the struggle mindset that has been imposed upon you. Your natural state is one of ease, flow, and abundance. Anything else is a deviation from your true design. Remember, every time you catch yourself in the struggle mindset, you're witnessing an old program running, not your authentic nature. Your birthright is abundance, your natural state is prosperity, and your true identity is wealth. The journey ahead isn't about becoming something you're not. It's about returning to who you truly are. Lesson 2. Remembering who you really are. Deep within your consciousness lies a profound truth that society has trained you to forget. You are inherently wealthy. This amnesia of your true financial identity wasn't accidental. It was systematically programmed through years of exposure to scarcity thinking, limited expectations, and the collective belief that wealth is rare and difficult to attain. Think back to your earliest memories of possibility and abundance. As a child, you naturally understood that anything was achievable. You didn't place artificial limits on what you could have or become. This pure state of unlimited thinking is your natural relationship with abundance. It's not something you need to learn or acquire. It's something you need to remember and reclaim. Your DNA carries the coding for wealth creation passed down through generations of survivors, innovators, and builders. Every one of your ancestors who lived to pass on their genes demonstrated resourcefulness, adaptability, and the ability to create value in their environment. This wealth-generating capacity isn't just metaphorical. It's literally encoded in your cellular memory, waiting to be activated through conscious awareness and aligned action. The process of remembering who you really are begins with questioning everything you've been taught about money, success, and your place in the economic universe. The stories you've accepted about your financial capabilities are just that. Stories. They have no more power over your future than you give them. When you start to examine these borrowed beliefs, you'll find that none of them originated from your true self. Your wealthy identity exists in what Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, that vast reservoir of human potential we all share. Through specific meditation practices and mindfulness exercises, you can access this deeper layer of your being where abundance is the natural state. Start by spending time each day in quiet contemplation, visualizing yourself as the wealthy being you truly are. Don't think of this as pretending or fooling yourself. You're actually allowing your authentic financial identity to emerge. The ancient wisdom traditions have always taught that our outer world reflects our inner reality. When you begin to remember your true nature as a being of abundance, the external circumstances of your life naturally shift to match this awakened consciousness. Opportunities appear, resources manifest, and synchronicities multiply, not through magical thinking, but through the natural alignment of your actions with your authentic identity. Creating daily rituals that reinforce your abundant identity is crucial for this remembering process. Start each morning by declaring your wealth consciousness. Make decisions throughout the day from the perspective of your wealthy self. Ask yourself, what would the wealthy version of me do in this situation? This isn't about pretending to be someone else. It's about being more authentically yourself. Your journey of remembering isn't just about personal wealth. It's about awakening to your role in the universal flow of abundance. As you reclaim your true identity, you become a channel through which prosperity can flow to others. This is the natural state of the awakened wealth consciousness. It expands beyond personal gain to become a force for collective elevation. The amnesia of your wealthy identity served a purpose in your journey. It created the contrast necessary for conscious awakening. Now, as you remember who you really are, you can appreciate the journey while stepping fully into your natural state of abundance. Every moment of financial limitation was simply preparing you for this remembering, this return to your authentic, wealthy self. Lesson 3. The Inner Billionaire, a Sleeping Giant. Within each of us lies dormant a financial force of extraordinary power. The inner billionaire. This isn't mere metaphor or motivational rhetoric, but rather a very real aspect of human consciousness that, when awakened, can transform ordinary circumstances into extraordinary wealth. Like a sleeping giant, this force remains dormant in most people, stirring occasionally through innovative ideas, entrepreneurial urges, or glimpses of greater possibility. Your inner billionaire communicates through subtle signals. Those moments when you see opportunities others miss, when you feel drawn to certain business ventures, or when you experience sudden clarity about wealth. Creating possibilities. These aren't random thoughts, but rather the awakening whispers of your dormant wealth consciousness trying to guide you toward your natural state of abundance. The fascinating aspect of this sleeping giant is that it operates on a different frequency than your everyday mind. While your regular consciousness might worry about paying bills or making ends meet, your inner billionaire thinks in terms of empires, legacy, and transformative wealth. This higher-level consciousness doesn't concern itself with small numbers or limited thinking. It naturally gravitates toward expansion, multiplication, and exponential growth. Scientists have discovered that wealthy people actually process information differently in their brains. Their neural pathway are wired to spot opportunities, calculate risks more effectively, and maintain emotional stability during financial decisions. The exciting news is that these neural patterns aren't fixed. They can be developed and strengthened through conscious practice and activation of your inner billionaire. Consider Thomas Edison before he became a household name. He wasn't born into wealth, but his inner billionaire was already active, processing thousands of possibilities, seeing beyond immediate failures, and maintaining an unwavering vision of success. The same force exists within you, waiting to be awakened and directed toward your financial evolution. To activate this sleeping giant, begin by creating regular dialogue with your inner billionaire. Ask yourself questions that this higher consciousness would naturally contemplate. How can I serve millions of people? What solutions could generate billions in value? Which markets are ready for disruption? These questions bypass your limited thinking and activate neural pathways associated with expansive wealth consciousness. The transformation stories of ordinary people who awakened their inner billionaire are numerous and compelling. Take Sarah Blakely, who went from selling fax machines door to becoming the youngest self, made female billionaire. Her inner billionaire awakened when she cut the feet off her pantyhose, leading to the creation of Spanx. She didn't just see a product. She saw an empire where others saw a simple modification. Your inner billionaire holds similar insights waiting to be discovered. This sleeping giant knows exactly which opportunities align with your unique talents and the current market conditions. It understands timing, scale, and leverage in ways your conscious mind might not yet grasp. The key is learning to trust and act on these insights when they appear. The awakening process requires creating space for this higher consciousness to emerge. Meditation, visualization, and immersion in wealth, generating environments all help stimulate your dormant financial genius. As you consistently engage with this aspect of yourself, you'll notice an expansion in your thinking, an elevation in your financial goals, and an acceleration in your wealth. Creating capabilities. Your inner billionaire represents your highest financial potential, a sleeping giant of prosperity waiting to be awakened. This force doesn't require external validation or permission to express itself. It simply needs your recognition and willingness to let it guide your financial journey. The more you acknowledge and align with this aspect of yourself, the more naturally and effortlessly wealth begins to flow into your life. Lesson 4. Wealth as your birthright. Throughout human history, ancient wisdom traditions have consistently pointed to one fundamental truth: prosperity is our natural state of being. From the abundance, focused teachings of ancient Egypt to the prosperity consciousness of Eastern philosophies, our ancestors understood that wealth flows naturally to those who recognize it as their divine inheritance. Yet somewhere along the way, we lost touch with this profound truth. Modern society has conditioned us to view wealth as something that must be fought for, struggled over, and won through bitter competition. This couldn't be further from our true nature. Just as a flower naturally blooms or a river naturally flows, abundance is meant to flow effortlessly into our lives when we align with our inherent state of prosperity. Consider how nature itself operates from a principle of abundance. A single apple seed has the potential to create thousands of apples over its lifetime. One grain of wheat can multiply into hundreds of stalks. The universe itself is constantly expanding, creating more from what already exists. This same principle of natural abundance exists within you, coded into your very DNA. The wealthy aren't special or chosen. They've simply remembered and reclaimed what was already theirs. When you truly internalize that wealth is your birthright, you stop approaching money from a place of lack or unworthiness. You begin to see opportunities for abundance everywhere, much like someone who's been wearing tinted glasses suddenly removes them and sees colors they forgot existed. Guilt and shame around wealth acquisition often stem from misunderstandings about the spiritual nature of prosperity. Many religious and cultural traditions have twisted the relationship between spirituality and material abundance, creating false divisions between being spiritual and being wealthy. But genuine spiritual wisdom teaches that the material world is simply another expression of divine abundance. Your desire for prosperity is not greed. It's a natural impulse to express your full potential. The process of reclaiming your wealth birthright requires conscious action. Start by examining your earliest memories around money and abundance. What messages did you receive about your right to prosperity? What stories have you been telling yourself about why wealth belongs to others, but not to you? These narratives aren't your true inheritance. They're borrowed limitations that can be released. Your wealth birthright exists in the present moment, waiting to be acknowledged and embraced. It manifests when you begin making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. It grows stronger when you refuse to apologize for your desire for prosperity or justify your financial goals to others. Every time you choose to act from your natural state of abundance, you strengthen your connection to your true inheritance. The universe responds to this energetic shift. When you fully embody the truth that wealth is your birthright, you naturally begin attracting circumstances and opportunities that align with this reality. Your actions become more confident, your choices more empowered, and your results more abundant. This isn't about forcing or struggling. It's about returning to your natural state of prosperity consciousness. Think of yourself as royalty who was raised by commoners, suddenly remembering your true identity. The wealth and abundance you seek isn't something you need to create. It's something you need to remember and reclaim. Your task isn't to become wealthy, but to remove the barriers that have kept you from expressing your natural state of abundance. The path to prosperity isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you've always been. Lesson 5. Rejecting the ordinary life. The greatest threat to your wealth potential isn't failure. It's settling for ordinary. Every day, millions of people wake up, go through their routines, and accept a life of financial mediocrity without ever questioning if they were meant for more. This passive acceptance of average is the silent killer of dreams, the invisible cage that keeps your inner billionaire locked away. Consider how the extraordinary wealthy think and live. They don't operate within the boundaries of what society deems reasonable or practical. They reject these artificial limitations entirely. When Elon Musk decided to revolutionize both the automotive and space industries simultaneously, he wasn't thinking about what was ordinary or expected. He was operating from a completely different paradigm of possibility. Your current comfort zone is actually a danger zone. It's a carefully constructed prison built from social conditioning, limiting beliefs, and the collective agreement to remain average. Every time you choose comfort over growth, security over opportunity, or the known over the unknown, you're reinforcing the walls of this prison. The ordinary life is seductive because it offers predictability and the approval of others, but it exacts a terrible price: the sacrifice of your true potential. The wealthy elite understands something that most people never grasp. Extraordinary success requires extraordinary standards. These standards aren't just about money. They encompass every aspect of life: the way you manage your time, the people you associate with, the goals you set, and the decisions you make must all align with a higher standard of living. When you raise your standard of living, when you raise your standards, you automatically reject ordinary thinking and ordinary results. This rejection of the ordinary must become visceral, something you feel in your bones. Start examining every aspect of your life through this lens. Is this choice supporting an extraordinary life, or am I settling for average? This includes your morning routine, your work ethic, your relationships, and especially your financial decisions. The wealthy don't invest like the middle class, they don't network like the middle class, and they certainly don't think like the middle class. Your environment plays a crucial role in this transformation. Look around your current surroundings. Are they designed to support extraordinary achievement or comfortable mediocrity? The books you read, the conversations you have, the media you consume, and the spaces you occupy should all challenge you to think bigger and reach higher. Ordinary environments breed ordinary results. The path to extraordinary wealth requires you to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. While others seek safety, you must learn to thrive in uncertainty. While they avoid risk, you must see it as a necessary component of growth. While they conform to social expectations, you must be willing to stand out and be misunderstood. This is the price of rejecting the ordinary life, and it's non-negotiable. Every billionaire was once exactly where you are now, facing the choice between comfort and greatness. They chose to reject the ordinary path, to think differently, to act differently, and to expect differently. This same choice faces you today. Will you continue to accept the limited thinking and modest goals that society has prescribed for you? Or will you step into the extraordinary life that your inner billionaire knows is possible? The decision to reject ordinary living isn't a one-time choice. It's a daily commitment to think, act, and live at a higher level. It means saying no to good opportunities so you can say yes to great ones. It means investing in yourself when others are investing in entertainment. It means working on your dreams while others are working on their boss's dreams. Most importantly, it means having the courage to stand apart from the crowd and create your own definition of success. Lesson 6. Claiming power over your financial story. Your financial story is more than just a collection of bank statements and credit reports. It's the narrative that shapes your entire relationship with wealth. Every thought, belief, and assumption you hold about money forms part of this ongoing tale, directing your financial decisions and ultimately determining your economic destiny. Most people live inside a financial story they didn't consciously choose. These narratives often begin in childhood, absorbing messages from parents who may have said things like money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that. These early scripts become the foundation of our money mindset, running silently in the background of our adult lives, influencing everything from career choices to investment decisions. The power to change your financial future begins with recognizing that you are the author of your money story. Just as a novelist can revise their manuscript, you have the ability to edit, rewrite, and completely transform your relationship with wealth. This process starts with becoming aware of the current narrative you're living. What themes repeat in your financial life? Do you consistently find yourself just making ends meet? Do unexpected expenses always seem to arise when you're getting ahead? These patterns are not random. They're manifestations of your underlying money story. Wealthy people understand this principle intimately. They actively craft their financial narratives with intention and purpose. They use language that reflects abundance rather than scarcity. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," they ask, "How can I make this happen?" Rather than viewing money as scarce, they see it as an ever-flowing resource that naturally gravitates toward valuable opportunities and solutions. Your wealth timeline is a powerful tool for understanding and reshaping your financial story. Draw a line representing your life from birth to the present moment. Mark significant financial events, decisions, and beliefs that have shaped your relationship with money. This visual representation often reveals patterns and turning points that weren't previously obvious. More importantly, it helps you see that your past financial story doesn't have to dictate your future. The language patterns of the super wealthy offer crucial insights into crafting a more empowering financial narrative. They speak in terms of certainty about wealth, using phrases like, "when I achieve," rather than "if I achieve." They discuss money matters with ease and confidence, free from the emotional charge that many people carry. By adopting these linguistic patterns, you begin to rewire your own financial storytelling. Creating compelling future wealth scenarios is essential for transforming your financial story. This goes beyond simple goal setting. It's about crafting detailed, emotionally engaging visions of your wealthy future. Imagine yourself making investment decisions with confidence, generating multiple streams of income, and having the resources to impact causes you care about. The more vivid and detailed these scenarios, the more power they have to reshape your current financial reality. Your money autobiography needs regular updates and revisions. Set aside time each month to journal about your evolving relationship with wealth. Document your victories, insights, and changing beliefs. Pay attention to how your financial decisions and results shift as your story transforms. This practice keeps you conscious of your role as the author of your financial destiny and prevents you from slipping back into old, limiting narratives. Claiming power over your financial story isn't just about positive thinking. It's about aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with the wealth consciousness you're developing. As you take ownership of your financial narrative, you'll find that opportunities, resources, and abundance naturally flow toward the compelling story you're creating. Your inner billionaire awakens as you claim your rightful role as the master author of your financial destiny. Lesson 7. Boldness, confidence, and the rich identity. The transformation into your wealthy self requires more than just mindset shifts and positive thinking. It demands embodying the traits and characteristics of those who have already achieved extraordinary wealth. When you study the personalities of billionaires and ultra-successful people, clear patterns emerge that separate them from those who remain trapped in financial mediocrity. At the core of the wealthy identity lies unshakable confidence. This isn't the superficial bravado that many mistake for true confidence, but rather a deep, cellular, level knowing of one's capabilities and worth. This type of confidence comes from understanding that you are already equipped with everything needed to generate massive wealth. The ultra-wealthy don't hope for success or wish for better circumstances. They operate from an internal position of absolute certainty about their ability to create and maintain wealth. The development of this confidence begins with small, deliberate changes in how you carry yourself physically. Your body language speaks volumes about your relationship with wealth and success. When you walk into a room, do you take up space with presence and authority, or do you shrink and try to remain unnoticed? The wealthy move with purpose, maintain strong eye contact, and exhibit relaxed, open body postures that communicate their comfort with power and influence. Risk tolerance, another crucial trait of the ultra. Wealthy is not an innate characteristic, but rather a muscle that can be developed through consistent exercise. Start by taking small, calculated risks in your daily life. Each time you step outside your comfort zone and survive, your risk tolerance expands. The wealthy understand that significant rewards require proportional risks, and they've trained themselves to remain calm and clear, headed when others would panic or retreat. Your voice and speech patterns play a vital role in establishing your wealthy identity. Notice how the ultra-successful speak. They use decisive language, avoid qualifying statements, and speak with conviction rather than seeking approval. They don't say "I think" or "maybe" when expressing their views. They state their positions clearly and own their expertise without apology. Begin monitoring your speech patterns and eliminating words that undermine your authority. The wealthy identity also encompasses how you think about and process information. Billionaires typically demonstrate exceptional pattern recognition abilities and can quickly identify opportunities where others see obstacles. They maintain emotional equilibrium during both successes and setbacks, understanding that both are temporary states in the larger wealth-building journey. This emotional stability becomes a cornerstone of their decision-making process. To accelerate your transformation, create daily practices that reinforce your wealthy identity. Dress in a way that makes you feel powerful and successful, even when working from home. Cultivate relationships with people who are already operating at the financial level you aspire to reach. Study their mannerisms, decision-making processes, and ways of thinking about money and opportunity. You're not imitating these people. You're awakening these same qualities within yourself. Your confident, wealthy identity must become so ingrained that it feels more natural than your previous way of being. This means consistently choosing bold actions over safe ones, making decisions from a position of abundance rather than scarcity, and maintaining unwavering faith in your ability to generate wealth. When faced with challenges, ask yourself, how would my wealthy self handle this situation? Then act accordingly, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. This transformation requires patience and persistence, but the rewards are immeasurable. As your wealthy identity strengthens, you'll notice opportunities naturally gravitating toward you. People will begin treating you differently, sensing your elevated energy and responding to your enhanced presence. Most importantly, you'll find yourself making decisions and taking actions that align perfectly with the wealthy future you're creating. Lesson 8. Acting as if. The fast track to wealth. The most powerful secret of rapid wealth creation lies in a simple yet profound principle: acting as if you are already wealthy. This isn't about pretending or deceiving others. It's about aligning your current behaviors, thoughts, and decisions with those of your wealthy future self. When you begin operating from this elevated state of being, you create a bridge between your present reality and your desired financial destiny. Consider how a billionaire approaches their day. They move with purpose, make decisions swiftly, and value their time above all else. They surround themselves with excellence and expect the best outcomes. By adopting these same patterns now, you begin to reshape your neural pathways and create new standards that naturally attract wealth. Your brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. So when you consistently act as if you're wealthy, your subconscious mind begins to accept this as your natural state. The wealthy have distinct patterns in how they speak about money, time, and opportunities. They use phrases like "when this succeeds" rather than "if this works out." They discuss millions as casually as others might discuss hundreds. Begin incorporating this language pattern into your daily conversation. When making decisions, ask yourself, what would a billionaire do in this situation? This simple question elevates your thinking and leads to choices aligned with wealth creation, rather than mere survival. Your environment plays a crucial role in this transformation. While you don't need to spend beyond your means, you can strategically upgrade elements of your life that signal success to your subconscious mind. This might mean maintaining an impeccable appearance, organizing your space like a CEO's office, or choosing one high-quality item over several mediocre ones. These environmental cues constantly remind you of the wealthy person you're becoming. Wealthy people also maintain different daily rituals. They prioritize learning, strategic networking, and health. Start incorporating these practices now. Read the publications they read, attend the events they might attend, and take care of your body as if it's worth millions. These actions compound over time, creating both the inner and outer conditions necessary for wealth. The way you handle current resources is equally important. Treat every dollar as if you're managing millions. Make investment decisions, no matter how small, with the same diligence a wealth manager would use. This level of financial responsibility signals to the universe that you're ready for greater abundance. It also develops the skills and habits necessary to manage substantial wealth when it arrives. Relationship dynamics shift significantly when acting as if. Wealthy people are selective about their time and associations. They negotiate from a position of strength and value their expertise appropriately. Begin setting healthy boundaries, charging what you're worth, and approaching relationships with the confidence of someone who knows their value. This might feel uncomfortable initially, but discomfort often signals growth. Perhaps most importantly, acting as if requires maintaining this elevated state even when circumstances don't yet reflect your inner vision. This persistence is what separates those who achieve extraordinary wealth from those who merely dream about it. When challenges arise, ask yourself how your wealthy self would handle them. Approach problems with the resources and confidence of a billionaire, and you'll find solutions that might have seemed impossible before. Acting as if is not about external validation, but internal alignment. It's about becoming so comfortable in your wealthy identity that it becomes your default state of being. When this alignment occurs, external circumstances naturally begin to shift to match your internal reality. The fast track to wealth isn't found in rushing toward external goals, but in swiftly transforming your inner world through consistent, aligned action. Lesson 9. Becoming a magnet for opportunities. The world of wealth operates on a fundamental principle that most people never fully grasp. Opportunities are constantly swirling around us, but they only become visible when we're tuned to the right frequency. Like a radio that must be precisely calibrated to receive clear signals, your consciousness must be aligned to detect and seize the abundant opportunities that exist in every moment. Wealthy people aren't necessarily smarter or more talented than others. They've simply mastered the art of becoming opportunity magnets. They understand that wealth doesn't come from chasing after random chances, but from developing an inner state that naturally attracts profitable situations, connections, and circumstances. This magnetic quality isn't mystical or beyond reach. It's a learnable skill that anyone can develop through conscious practice and awareness. The first step in becoming an opportunity magnet is to shift your perception. Most people walk through life with their heads down, focused on their immediate problems and limitations. They miss the countless possibilities that surround them because they're operating from a scarcity mindset. To attract opportunities, you must lift your gaze and adopt what billionaires call opportunity vision, the ability to see potential where others see nothing. Your network plays a crucial role in your magnetic power. Opportunities often come through people, and the quality of your connections directly influences the quality of opportunities that flow your way. This doesn't mean you should become a desperate networker collecting business cards like trading cards. Instead, focus on becoming the type of person that naturally attracts high-quality relationships. Cultivate genuine curiosity about others. Develop valuable skills and insights, and always bring something meaningful to every interaction. The language you use shapes your magnetic field. When you speak about opportunities, do you express doubt, hesitation, or skepticism, or do you convey certainty, enthusiasm, and readiness? Your words program your subconscious mind and signal to others whether you're ready to receive opportunities. The wealthy consistently use language that assumes abundance and possibility, which creates a self-fulfilling prophecy of opportunity attraction. Action is the catalyst that supercharges your opportunity magnetism. While visualization and positive thinking are important, they must be coupled with bold, decisive action. Each action you take sends ripples through the universe, creating new possibilities and opening doors that were previously invisible. The more you act on small opportunities, the more likely you are to attract larger ones. This creates an upward spiral of opportunity attraction that compounds over time. Fear and doubt can create resistance in your magnetic field, repelling the very opportunities you seek to attract. Many people sabotage themselves by questioning whether they deserve opportunities or if they're capable of handling them. Opportunities don't come to those who are ready. They come to those who are willing to grow into them. Your inner billionaire understands this and embraces opportunities with confidence, knowing that the resources and capabilities needed will emerge through the process. Your physical environment also influences your opportunity magnetism. Create spaces that reflect abundance and possibility. Surround yourself with symbols of success and growth. Keep your environment organized and energetically clean. When your outer world reflects prosperity, it reinforces your inner state of readiness for opportunities. The most powerful way to strengthen your opportunity magnetism is to become an opportunity creator for others. When you actively seek ways to create value and open doors for people in your network, you activate the law of reciprocity. The universe responds by multiplying opportunities in your own life. This isn't about keeping score or expecting immediate returns. It's about embodying the abundant flow that characterizes true wealth consciousness. As you develop your opportunity magnetism, you'll notice a shift in how the world responds to you. Chance encounters will lead to profitable ventures. Casual conversations will reveal golden opportunities, and doors will seem to open effortlessly. This isn't luck. It's the natural result of aligning yourself with the abundance that you were born to experience. Lesson 10. Live the rich life you were born for. The journey of awakening your inner billionaire culminates in a profound understanding that living a rich life isn't just about accumulating wealth, but about expressing the fullness of who you truly are. This final stage of transformation requires you to step completely into the reality that you were born for greatness, born for abundance, and born to experience life at its highest levels. Living the rich life you were born for means operating from a place of absolute certainty about your divine right to prosperity. It means making decisions not from a place of lack or limitation, but from an unwavering knowing that wealth flows naturally to you. This is the state where manifestation becomes effortless, because you've aligned your inner world with the abundant universe that surrounds us all. Your rich life extends far beyond material wealth. It encompasses rich relationships, rich experiences, rich contributions to the world, and a rich inner life that feeds your soul. When you fully embody your wealthy identity, you naturally attract opportunities that match your elevated frequency. People sense your authentic power and are drawn to collaborate with you. Resources appear precisely when needed, and synchronicities become your normal way of life. The wealthy life you were born for demands that you maintain impeccable standards in every area. Your environment must reflect your inner prosperity consciousness. This means surrounding yourself with beauty, quality, and excellence. It means investing in experiences that expand your consciousness and refusing to settle for less than what truly inspires you. Every choice you make either reinforces or diminishes your wealthy identity. Choose wisely. Your relationship with money transforms into one of deep partnership and mutual respect. Money becomes a faithful ally in your mission to create value and make a difference in the world. You understand that money is simply frozen energy, waiting to be directed by those who know how to wield it with wisdom and purpose. As you step fully into your wealthy identity, you become a masterful steward of financial resources. This new life requires you to break free from old patterns of thinking small or playing safe. You must be willing to be seen, to stand out, to be extraordinary. The wealthy life you were born for has no room for self-doubt or self-sabotage. It demands that you show up fully, ready to receive all that life has prepared for you. Your presence becomes magnetic, your energy infectious, and your impact undeniable. The rich life is also about creating a legacy that extends far beyond your own lifetime. It's about using your resources to effect positive change in the world and inspire others to claim their own birthright of abundance. As you live from this expanded state of consciousness, you naturally lift others around you. Your success becomes a beacon of possibility for those still trapped in scarcity thinking. Living your destined rich life requires constant vigilance against the pull of ordinary thinking. You must regularly renew your commitment to excellence and consciously choose thoughts and actions that align with your highest vision. This isn't about perfection. It's about consistent elevation of your standards and refusal to backslide into mediocrity. Your rich life unfolds naturally when you maintain unwavering faith in your divine design for prosperity. This faith isn't blind optimism. It's a deep knowing that you are fulfilling your cosmic purpose by expressing wealth in all its forms. Let this knowing guide every decision, every interaction, and every moment of your day. You were born for this. Now is the time to live it fully.